Hi there, so I was just going to do a really quick concealer and foundation video. This is kind of hard to do because everybody's different, everyone's skin is different. If I recommend a certain type of moisturizer or foundation or concealer that works for me, it might not work on somebody else that has, different type of skin. So bear with me with this. I'll just go through a few things. Primers, I don't wear every day underneath my makeup unless I'm like going out or doing something. I have a bunch of different ones. I really like Laura Mercier's Radiance Primer. It's just kind of a sheer brightening primer. I really like it. Things like that. I have mattifying primers. I have all sorts of different ones. There's, the Professional by Benefit is really great, just like that gal. Brightening face primer. Excuse me. Are really good. So that's just first off. For concealer, I said in one of the previous videos to do concealer first, but that's only with airbrushing, and I kind of forgot about that when I was saying that video. I would do concealer, after your foundation if you're just applying a regular foundation, just so you don't rub it off, remove it. Tinted moisturizers, I've heard Stila has a good one. I have a Merle Norman one. I have a Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer as well as a face primer. I'm trying to think. There are many good kinds. I hear Mary Kay has a good one. I've tried a bunch of different ones. So with that, you can go to Sephora. I haven't had a chance to review, a bunch of them, because tinted moisturizer is something I really do on other people. I kind of just do it on myself, so I only have like 4 or 5 different kinds. But it's just basically like, this is from Merle Norman. It's just a really light, it's like a moisturizer mixed with a foundation, and it has SPF in it, which is why that's only what I wear during the summer. I put this on, you can't even really tell. It doesn't give you much coverage, but it does have SPF, and it's not gonna sweat off in the summertime. Makeup Forever, I have the Matte Velvet Plus foundation, which I absolutely love. I have combination skin. It's kind of oily, it's kind of dry in places. During the summer, obviously, I am more on the oily side because of all the heat. I like the Matte Velvet more in the summer. I like this high definition foundation powder, high definition foundation from them. I have other Merle Norman foundations. I have MAC foundations. It just all depends on what you like. It's easier to ask someone one-on-one, say, hey, this is my skin type, this is what I need, this is what I want. If you have oily skin, you want a foundation with no oil. And you'd be surprised, a lot of them do, because people with drier skin do need a little bit of moisture in there to try and, just cut down on that dryness. I apply my foundation with this brush. It is Sephora Professional. It says it's a mineral powder brush. I just buff it into my skin. Obviously, I already have my makeup on, so I'm just showing you. I just really like it because it's not pointed, so you don't have to worry about blending. It's really soft. I can go over my eyes. I really like it. I think it was like $20-something, but it's worth it, and it holds up really well. Then for concealer, I use these 2 brushes. They're the exact same, Sigma concealer and foundation. Well, this says foundation, and then this says concealer. You could use this for foundation too. I'm just not a fan of having to blend to make sure I don't have that line, and this makes it a little bit more harder. But they're both the same, one's just bigger, but I love them for concealer. And I like this one a lot for underneath the eye. This is just a concealer palette that I use from Coastal Scents sometimes. And if I'm going to do it, this isn't the best concealer, it's really cheap, but it actually works really well. It's just most people don't need a variety of the shade. I do makeup on other people, and therefore you usually need a variety of shades. I like the coverage that it gives. And I like this brush because after I apply my foundation, I would just go through. You just want to make sure you lighten up the insides of your eyes, and always right here, the edges. That's the biggest spot. If you want to use the smaller brush for something like around your nose, I just go like this. I make sure and hold my face tight so I get it in there. then I just make sure I blend it out. Smile, move your face, make sure you've got it in there. If you have, a few fine lines or wrinkles coming, just make sure that it's blended in. Make sure you don't use a cakey foundation. Make sure you use something of a good quality, so that way it does you can get it in there and it works and doesn't just lay over your skin. A lot of drugstore foundations I don't love because they do that. So, but I like this brush too, because I usually do a little bit of concealer, usually my places for concealer right through here, right here, right here, and then I do my chin if I have, a breakout wherever. That's why you can use a little one too if you have a small specific spot you want to get to. And then I think powder is something really, really important for after foundation and concealer. It sets your look. It's what holds it in place. During the summer, I don't like to do a lot of powder. Hold on one second. I love this Makeup Forever high definition powder. It is expensive, but it lasts forever. It's white, as you can see. It just sets your face. It's really, really, it just makes it more flawless. I swear by Merle Norman loose powders in translucent or something, just because they come in a big thing. They're fairly cheap and you can just dust them all over. But my favorite, I really like Clinique loose powder. It's affordable, it lasts, it works well. You just want to do that to kind of set your face after you do that concealer and that foundation. I think that's really, really important. I just use a big brush like this or just a big powder brush and just do it everywhere. It just kind of makes sure that things set down. But you don't want to over cake, with a thick powder, because then especially if you have, fine lines or anything, it's just going to the powder is just going to sit there. So not too heavy of a powder, but definitely a powder. A bunch of people are coming out with these high definition powders. I know MAC has one. Finishing powder works, something like that. You just don't want something that's really, really heavy. Concealer, I have these. Makeup Age Rewind, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what they're called. Dark sealer things. Just have a little sponge thing. They just kind of go on. I like these for underneath the eyes. I wear this, they're cheaper. And so during the summer, if I don't wear much makeup, but I have some dark circles or whatever, I just put these underneath my eyes, and I like them. I wear fair, of course, because I'm pale. I really like MAC Select Cover-Up stuff. Mine is NC20, but I'm probably going to be a different color. But it's just a liquid. It's really, really workable. It gets in there. It doesn't get on. It's flawless. I'm a MAC lover, though, of all products. So I can say, but I mean, this is just kind of what it looks like on it. Just put it on. I really, really like that. Let me see. Tarte has it's an Amazonian clay waterproof concealer, and I really like it too. It is on the expensive side, so I feel like you get, let me see, 0.07 of an ounce versus 0.33 of an ounce. And I think they're almost the same price, the MAC versus the Tarte. I mean, this is easier to work with, more convenient to some people because it's a stick. This is a liquid. But they both work really well. I have other concealers. I just don't have them with me right at the moment. But basically, that's it. That was my timer saying that I have to stop my video because it won't record after 10 minutes. So I hope that helps somewhat. Basically, just make sure you blend, 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 blend. Seeing that line right there is probably my biggest pet peeve of my entire life. Don't ever match your foundation to your arm. Match it to your face or to your chest, because that's what you want to overall, appear. And I really hope that does help. And if you have any questions, just contact me on Facebook and I'll try and help you out. It's kind of hard without seeing your skin or anything, but I do have a few good brands, drugstore and, Sephora type stuff to recommend. So I hope that helps. Thanks.